Let's carry on with seeing what's going on here. And basically, what this is telling us is that we can go in there and get a little function that will help us understand what's going on with the game. If I add a new function here and I call it um, update state, this is just what's been provided for you over here. And what it is it's an assignment to a variable, and this assignment is giving us a whole bunch of stuff to print out if we wanted to see what the state was. Now, when I copied this in, I copied in a closing curly brace that matches that opening one, but there was already one in the editor for me. That's why the red is there. I'm going to take that out and I'm going to say, let me save that. The instructions here go on to tell me that that's great that I've got that function, update state, but I have to make sure that I put it in to another function to be called so that something will happen during the play of the game that will update the state. Because right now that function is just off sitting on its own. It just sets the value of state to be this string, all of these values all put together. So if I go into Move Monster and I add in a little line at the beginning that says this dot update state, that's a call to the function that I just created called update state, and I can save it. So I've created a function, I've put in a call for that function too. And then if I were to close this down, I can show you that I can call my init function. This is Command D on that line. That starts the game off. I can call update state. That's a Command D on that line. And then I can say, well, let me take a look at what that state is. And this seems very strange. I know it's all highlighted in blue, but this is the value that says we've got the level is 0, the time step is 2000, the hits this level is 0 and score is 0. And we'll see how this comes in handy down the path here. We're gonna say, well, let me try to put this to a new level. This is a Command D on this line here, and then I'm gonna check the state with a Command P, and lo and behold, I'm on a new level. So every time I execute the new level command, that's a Control D that I did there, and I'll get rid of this stuff here, and I'll do Command P here. It's at level 2. So you can certainly go and get this kind of stuff sort of maybe more clear in your head by playing a little bit more. But for right now, it says, hey, grab some text and put it on the sort of the workbench here and change its name to status. So here I am saying this is my status of my game, and this is kind of a cool trick. I think you're gonna like this. First of all, if I execute this line that says, hey, get status and set the string to hello world, if I Command D on that, did you see that string changed? I can do that again, and then hit Control D there, and it says hello world again. Kind of fun, but even more fun is to say, all right, let me Command D on that line. Oops, and I actually did something wrong. We want it to display the board state. Oh, I didn't do something wrong. There's an error in here. Uh-oh, you guys, slide 10, an error. There's 2 dots. I need that to be 1 dot, and that's on slide 10. Command D, and then it shows the level there. And that's kind of cool. Certainly, it's nice to be able to have that working for you. If we go in and update that function, let's go to update state, and why don't we add in this line that's been suggested down here, so it would print it out for us when we wanted to see it. I can add that line in just after this one here. I'm just pasting it in and saying save. That's kind of cool. then as I run the game, I'm going to be able to see the state changing. I'm going to just zoom ahead here to show you that there's a little bit more to do. You have to add another function for being able to show that you've scored when you've actually been able to um, click on the monster. So I'm going to do a plus here. I'm going to say my function name is monster hit, and I'm going to add in this code. And again, I know that some of it's quite complex when you haven't seen much code before, but it's not too bad once you start saying, okay, I can wade through this. You probably aren't going to do a monster game for your project anyway, but it's nice to know that you could build it from scratch if you needed to. So I've just added in that monster hit, and I said save, and then I'm going to come in here and I'm going to actually try to run the game and see what happens if I say, well, let's init this. So I'll Command D, and that should initialize the game. And that set my level back down to 0. And then Command D on, actually, this shouldn't be a net. This will be much more interesting if you Command D on new level there. So Command D on that, and it goes to level 1. Command D on that, and it goes to level 2. And Command D on that, and the monster stopped. That was it. It was only going to go to level 2. Okay, so I think we've got this. You'll zoom in here and put a celebration at the end, and hopefully that'll be fun. This is kind of cool here because you can actually set morphs or things in your model in Lively to being invisible. So I'll show you. I'm just going to click on this command to say set visible to true. Okay, it was already visible, but I'm going to set visible to false. Sorry, I didn't set visible to false because I didn't click on the right thing, but set visible to false. If I did Command D there, the star disappears. So hopefully that'll tide you over for this tutorial. Please post questions if you're having trouble, and good luck.